So the circle is with Emma Watson, Tom Hanks. There's some other notable faces, but those are the two most important. Oh wait, I think that one guy's name is like Pat Oswald. I could be wrong, but anyways, so her character, we're just gonna call her T because I don't remember her. The character, she is working a bunch of dead end jobs, working at temp places. No, they're not really worth that much, like paycheck wise. Then her friend, played by Karen Gillan, gets her interview at basically, we'll just call it Frishburg. We'll just call it that. Cause that's what it seems like. It's replicated after. So yeah, she gets her interview at a and she ends up acing the interview. And it's like she's so naive that the things that they do, she's like, oh, they're just doing it because they care about me, or this company is such a family, or it's such a nice place to work because they care so much about you. When in reality, they care more about statistics and who you're hanging out with and what type of influence you have on others. But very intentional and dramatized for the sake of the movie. But like on her, maybe she's been there for a couple weeks, maybe like a month. And two employees come up to her and are like, hey, we noticed you hadn't joined in any employee activities. Like, that's basically what they say. And you're like offline a good portion of the time. And she's like, yeah, I was with my dad. He has MS. I think that's the disease they picked. But I'm pretty sure it was MS. And oh yeah, Bill Paxton. So that should tell you how old this movie is. It's almost 10 years old, I think. And I kind of wanted to see it when it came out. But then I just heard how it was, and the ending didn't make any sense, which it doesn't. By the way, it really does not. It's very questionable, and I don't know why you would go that route after all that has happened, and she still isn't. Anyways, besides the point. So she gets an interview at Murder, and she's starving, and then they notice that she hasn't been like hanging out with other employees 24/7. She's like, yeah, I've been helping my dad, he has MS. And they're like, well, why didn't you tell us? Which some employers do. All of them want to be that invasive, actually. They're like, we just care about your job, but in actuality, they care way more about you and things going on in your life, and not in a good way, than they do your performance and how you're maybe interacting with others. Anyways, so she tells them that her dad has MS. They're like, well, why didn't you tell us? We have, specialists and like nurses here that can help. And it's like, that's great and all, but it's like, I would do the same thing. Like, I didn't want to tell y'all because I didn't want y'all to know. It was my private business, not anyone else's. So months go by, and her friend back home that isn't really a tech person, doesn't like social media or really being like online, and people can see his every move, because in this universe, people can for sure see your every move. So, like, she tries to hang out with him. He like neglects her calls, ignores them, and he shows up to her job because something had happened, something pretty significant, and he tries to explain to her how this is wrong, and they're like, no, he's just, ignore him. And then they get in a huge argument, and all of her employees that are within a half a foot radius, they pull up their phones and record it and put it on this special like social media thing, and yeah, like they all gather around and watch everything, and she's like, sorry, you just don't understand. It's like her character gives off like a extreme naivety, but almost like she can't help it. But then like the way they wrote her, it's like she is stupid up, like not realizing that all of this is extremely harmful. Excessive internet use, excessively letting people into your life that don't know you on the internet, telling people your every move. How could you possibly not see anything wrong with that? There's like everything wrong with that. Yet you still do it anyways. Wild. Like, you can't possibly be that naive and think that people on the internet are actually looking out for your best interest when you show them everything. They just want more information. They're not looking out for your well-being. So yeah, so that happened, and more time goes by. I don't know how, I forgot, but John Boyega is in this movie too, and like the way they have wrote that character, I liked him. He had some issues of his own going on, and he created some little thing within the community, and I guess he doesn't have family because he never goes home. At some point, they do come up with a wild presentation towards the end of the movie after her friend that was being watched essentially gets accidentally killed. But then also, like, side note, before that little part happens of him getting killed, the build-up wasn't really there. Like, I watched the movie twice. The build-up was not there for me. And then also, like after her friend dies, she finally, and I'm thinking it's been months, like she quit the job. No, it's been 3 to 4 days. So, like if you saw your friend get murdered in front of you, would you not need more than 4 days? Especially if your parents have a place for you to stay at. More than 4 days would be a plus. So anyways, she actually, so much time has passed by the time her friend gets accidentally killed. Like the time doesn't really make any sense. Like it doesn't. Like I watched it twice and I still don't understand the part after her friend died, and then like then it ends up being like a month later at some point. Then she calls her friend in. So yeah, once her friend dies, well, I'm gonna say passed away. Once her friend has passed away, she really starts to reevaluate things and reevaluate like I figured she would have cut ties, but it's like the way it was written, she couldn't cut ties. And she teamed up with John Boyega, Karen Gillan, and I don't know, because they don't show that part. They do like a weird like transition thing. Like she calls John Boyega and it's like blah blah blah. He's like, oh really? I'm already about headed to your parents' uniform. I mean not uniform, headed to like, you know, this place. It's like, really? The character liked the most, Karen Gillan's character. Very realistic. I'm sure there's plenty of people who have been in that type of predicament. But yeah, they band together so that way they can come up with a cool plan to drag Tom Hanks and Paul. I forgot his name. Oswald guy. So they can band together and take them down. And there's a part in the script where Tom Hanks says, I believe it's "oh shit," and it's like, that's the first time his character has cussed the whole time in the movie. Am I supposed to believe he would actually say this out loud to someone? Actually, no, my bad. That's not even like the words he used. Yeah, once they band together to bring Tom Hanks and Pat Oswalt, that's his name, and to bring Pat Oswalt down, Emma Watson does her cute little presentation. She does it, succeeds, hand clap, hand clap. And so yeah, they band together. They take Tom Hanks and Pat Oswalt down. And in fact, her and John Boyega team up together, and they actually give everyone that works there, I believe, and not just everyone at the presentation, access to their emails, the ones they kept confidential, but they kept they gave everyone access to the emails, which I legit would have been panicking, if I gotta be completely honest. I personally would have been panicking. I'm an evil bad guy, and my employee just gave everyone access to my emails. Everyone. Not one person was safe. Good night. And this movie, honestly, I would give it like a 3 out of 10. Why? Like, it was fine, but in some parts it felt like that part of the script was not done. Like, come on. Oh, and I love that Karen Gillan's character, she went back to Ireland. She did that. Should be no problem, which it wasn't. But then everyone was watching her on the app. I'm like, don't you think after your friend got killed, you would have like, I need a break from technology and online worldness? Thought didn't cross your mind at all? Because I would have done like the same thing. But then she leaves. I thought, oh, okay, cool. She's not gonna have anything to do with the internet. And then turns out, she ends up kayaking away alone in a boat. Because when it ended, I was like, that's it? That's what y'all chose to roll with? Not revise it, crumble up the paper, and throw it in the recycling bin. You actually looked at that and said, yes, this is where it's at for us. Like, crazy. Anyways, I gotta get a tripod. Sorry, that's why I've moved so much. Anyways, hope you enjoyed me talking about The Circle. But on the poster, the circle, it closes this. That's not a circle. Anyways, hope you enjoyed me talking about it and the movie. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. No pressure. Anyways, hope everyone has a good night, and be another review later.